And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in our Oceania DLC on Normal Artica class planet. Bottom round 164. We're still dealing with a lot of events, probably associated with from pissed off cities from our war declaration in the last part. Concerning incident engaged with safety, we'll take the unrest. Begin some leader opinion. Okay, national budget allocation. Budget can stay as is. Bureaucratic assets reach 20. I'm going to accept. At this point, I think we got the power to support this, and it shouldn't be a problem. Secret Service. We do have a new unit as well.
Yes.
So we do want to hire someone specifically for either unit command or Secret Service. Let's take the healing techie and the commercial staffer. See which one of those is better for the Secret Service role. This person appears to be best. Covert Ops 15, low capacity, so they're not going to grow very fast. But this will also help them improve their opinions. So let's at least start.
Copy that.
Yeah, that's fine for the balance there. That's fine for the balance there. That's going to be a fail on the roll. We'll just accept its demands. New Elder took power. Aggression jumped. Expansion dropped. Naval warfare rating rose. Only one of our leaders in theory cares about this. And they would prefer that we pay the political power to support the new Elder, which we'll just do then. Senator extradition. We like commerce, we don't like merit. That's also the one that raises opinions, so we'll go with that option. Commander for the 26th. You got okay, both people are pretty bad at the job, but this is a commander role. I'm not too worried if the commanders are not necessarily the best. The other people you're most likely to lose in combat anyway. Petrol is going up a little bit, but not spectacularly. So we still got a little bit of a petrol problem. One of the deep core gas extractors got delayed, probably due to a bad roll. I'm not going to check it and see if it was exactly that. And then the other one we're waiting for is these guys are waiting on fuel. They're not moving anymore. So if we're just patient, they'll refuel. We just don't have enough fuel for everyone. We don't have enough fuel for everyone right now. And in theory, our motorized guys can basically just collect the entire requested fuel supply in one turn. If it was available. So that's why it seems like we need a lot of fuel. We don't necessarily need a lot of fuel, it's just a sudden flow problem there. Okay, that front's looking reasonably stable. We can see they've got a lot of tanks. This is why we wanted the RPG units. The RPG units probably shouldn't really have a lot of problem dealing with these guys. They swapped out high velocity guns, and they only got 50mm armor. Whereas our guided RPGs have probably got enough penetration to penetrate that, and when we're comparing our hard to their soft, our guys are better at fighting their tanks are better at fighting our infantry, so it's good to see. Okay, we got enough RPGs to go out to all the units. I suppose when it was recruiting, it recruited... Yeah, okay, so it recruited the rocket launchers at least, prioritized over infantry. Seems Domestead improvements, it's good to see. Ammunition's looking fine, increase-wise. So the main thing we're still looking at, being a potential issue, is I'd like to motorize a little bit more for the offensive, and we need to solve the petrol problem for that. We need more petrol. Gas core is not quite meeting our requirements when it comes to petrol. And I don't think we got a lot of food sitting around, right? We're making... How much are we selling right now? About 1,000. Okay, so we could probably... and we will splurge this way. We'll start construction on a biofuel refinery, because we've got the food to turn into petrol. I don't like doing that usually, but we got the ability to do it cost-effectively, I think, right now. And then demands. How many turns do I have to deal with that? Oof. Okay, we're gonna fail both those because we tanked our morale. We got 10 turns to get 2 bureaucratic asset levels. So the palace won't do... Well, the palace would do if it had no delays. It'll probably have a delay, so we're not going to do it. So the next thing to look at is, can we improve elsewhere? 3 turns isn't bad. We'll take a 3 turn, because even if it gets later turn, it's a 4 turn. Well, that'll be done in 10 turns. And here's a 4 turn, so that'll be fine, because it'll be a 5 turn, worst case scenario, I think. Colonist-wise, I think we want to get all the zones to at least tier 2. So this is where we're going to throw the colonists.
Order acknowledged.
And quality of life, this zone is only apparently missing security. Well, the meritocratic guy. We're not going to use the meritocratic guy, so back into the void you go. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of political power, so it's back to trying to improve officer personnel opinions. Secretary is the lowest. What can we do to get secretary to be a little bit happier? Commercial gift, that worked. Commander the 17th. Actually, quite decent commander. We'd like keep him around.
Copy that.
There we go. Commander of the 25th. Okay. Nothing I can see here that we'll do what we want. Let's go ahead, governors. Let's, if we... So Neutron Flats has that one. Doesn't have that one. And that one out. Doesn't have... This is the war. Okay, so this one actually we want to give first to the Director of Secret Service. And then we'll give it to governors. Again, Neutron Flats gets prioritized because of the capital. I'm not too worried about strength being passed to other people. We'll go ahead and amp up the governor of Neutron Flats. Next city is Iron Maw. There, Island Thaw.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
And then Quartz Flats is the next major city.
Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Yes, of course. And there's the rest of them.
Confirming orders. Acknowledged.
There we go. Yeah, looks like petrol's the main problem. Where do I want to send the new unit infantry? Prioritization wise. A little bit tempted to go in here. I'm hoping, as we advance here, that we get these two sides to merge. Thinking about it, traffic signs. Oh, these are being penalized as well, okay. Let's go ahead, we'll start building a truck station here. And railhead. Okay, so with that, I think we got enough money sitting around. Money might selling metal, actually.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll cycle turn. Oh, I forgot to send the troops out. My strategic redeployment. Well, around 165, we have 3 decisions. Total power of the estate. Go with the approach to the leader. It's going to piss off the one leader in exchange for making the other leaders happier.
Affirmative.
And it looks like we have the money here to get this in advance. We'll do that. Deploy more people here.
Order acknowledged.
Don't like that we're... Oh, we got no troops here to suppress and rest. Let's move one of the militia units over there. And then raise worker pay. Yeah, we'll raise worker pay a little bit.
Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged.
And a lot of the zones are starting to get back to stabler amounts. You're not. Here, because we've... Okay. Hopefully the bad events will clear over time. Most of the places have mostly recovered. Yeah, I think it's over southwest, southeast, where we need the brigade. Okay, I think for good users, I think the 26 here probably wants to change color. Because it's going to be between two pink, or two purplish colored units, so let's give it a green. So we can tell it apart from its neighbors. Political power-wise, I think we're at the point where we want to...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And trying to improve relations with leaders, mostly. And investor backing is probably worth playing.
Order acknowledged.
So there's one potential interpretation is instead of trying to improve the relations with all the leaders, I can try to, at this point, start looking to get rid of some of the worst leaders. Oh, I think we've about got everyone back up to 50% or above.
Copy that. Copy that. Copy that.
Really? That didn't work on that guy? Like, it said it rolled, but I don't think it actually changed his opinion.
Copy that.
Yeah, one of these pros. Okay, so we're down to 4 leaders. 4 leaders below 50. And here, all of them are gaining opinion. Russians proceeding. Some of the stuff in Iron Thaw. And the beer cutoffs were delayed a little bit, so. We'll see. Oh, the railhead finished them. That's good to see. That means once the truck station's here done, it looks like we'll finish next turn. Should have supply out to that hex. Let's bring up another leader. This one's definitely going to be a military leader, though. I think crap, that's missive.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Let's raise a formation of RPGs. Don't produce any infantry, which should be fine because we've got it in stockpile. There we go. I do... I'm confused. 100% of the items. Why you say no? Because 15% is new. That's what's confused about. just confused. It's 50%. Don't we have in the SHQ? We have 1,300,000 something infantry, yeah. Anyway, I think there's a glitch with not having pictures that you can recruit. Because we're trying to pull it from the SHQ directly. Okay, we'll wait another turn. We'll do it next turn. Round 166, we got 6 decisions. Completed ammo compactation, that's good to know. Okay, so direct to the Middle Council, laid down. Oh, to be fair, at least this is people getting old. It's not people getting grumpy with me. So it's the old, low capacity guys, but the old veterans getting a little, going to the retirement, which isn't too much of an issue. We should be able to replace them reasonably plausibly. Okay, so we've got everything we need in machinery. That might be an argument maybe to pick resonance scanners. But yeah, we got everything in there. That allows us to get in. We got the 4 in there we need to get our robotization techs, which are the plus 100% yields on various things. Especially logistics will be nice. Do I need the nuclear power plant to do? Yeah, okay. So we want to do nuclear power plant at some point. That's an ecotech. So we can get into the bombs. So I think military-wise, we're only going to go with a heavy guarded RPG. We're not necessarily ready to go turn around and equip the RPG units with them. What we'll probably do is we'll do heavy guided RPG. Hopefully we'll pull heavy combat armor, and we'll do the upgrade to both of those at the same time. Yeah.
Sir, yes, sir.
So, authorization. Right now we've either got infantry MG or we got infantry RPG. Grenadier is basically the merge of those two, so we're going to do Grenadier next. I want to harness it because we want that PP. Oh, though, on the other hand, would straight up gain radiation filtration. Wait, radiation cleansing. You know, I will take the scrap it for the radiation cleansing. They'll immediately want to start implementing that in some places. Well, in the major 3 cities. I'm not angling for lasers. Yeah, I'm not really angling for lasers. Often it's actually it's like an armor penetration upgrade, but it's a raw weapon damage downgrade. It's usually a little bit less than the charge cost. We got more than 50-50 here. We'll do the... Let's roll. Critical failure. Probably shouldn't have done that. Take them off. Okay. So now I should have the equipment to raise that brigade. Construction's going well. We got another deep gas core extractor that should help on the petrol side. We'll go ahead and upgrade that one as well. Keep those two being upgraded. And the truck station set. We're holding on to be at least level 2, so we'll go ahead and upgrade that. logistics truck station too.
Order acknowledged.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about how quickly the opinion's recovering in some places. Mainly the worker opinion, honestly. Wait, let's, well, actually, I don't think we got the tech for it, but it doesn't kick in right away. Show up in industry. Oh, actually, no, we did. There it is. There's radiation cleansing. We'll try to build a radiation cleansing facility. That'll help clean up all the radiation in our territory. From before game start, radiation. Okay, I should now have... Or... Oh, we're about to get, Grenadiers, aren't we? Let's hold up until Grenadiers, and we'll do the transition over to Grenadiers first. Yeah, the fuel supplies are starting to get out into the motorized units. A couple that are lacking a little bit. That should start helping the petrol supplies stockpiling up. We had a couple retirements. Well, so Twitch has bringing up, looks like I may have gone a little overboard with the industry builds. One, we're advancing in this train. It used to be quite expensive to expand across the glaciers and across the snowfields before we picked up geotectonics, which is the IP cost for construction in hexes that have difficult terrain effects on them. And this map is difficult terrain effects. So everything was expensive to build roads into. So that's why it seems like the IP is a little aggressive here. And basically it's a little aggressive for a reason. We may still actually need that when we start attacking. It's just that we're not actively building roads anymore. So it's piled up. Plus, we've been getting, I think at this point, like half the cities have, if I can find one, because of all the scrapping, we've been pulling automated emergency factories, auto factories. So I think we've got like one in every city. Well, maybe not every city. Maybe every city. We've been pulling quite a lot of them, which has been giving us a lot more industry recently. In fact, we've got so many auto clinics, for example, we don't actually have any place to put the auto clinics. We've got a spare auto clinic with no place for it to go. Grab some more military guy because we want to expand, and that might be what we go for next. Eco Council working on power banks. I actually maybe don't need to work on power banks. That was before we completed ammo compactation, so we could get into automation a little bit faster. I could potentially swap over to, say, methane synthesis for more petrol. But no, I think we'll complete power banks. Power banks will finish in 2 turns. We'll see what we've got after that. We'll either go methane synthesis, we haven't discovered anything, or if we discover any of the automation techs, we'll do the automation. Did siege infantry just finish? I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, siege infantry is finished. We just swapped it to grenadiers. We want grenadiers to finish, and grenadiers will take close ranks as a side effect. Oh, applied fair, 50% solar. Can we change our research? We're having petrol problems, so let's go and do fuel efficiency optimization. That'll help with all the assets that use fuel. Also, if we build or design any more vehicles after that's done, that will help with their fuel consumption. Doesn't retroactively apply to existing vehicles. At least I don't think it does. And demands. Work on the demands as much as we can. It's raise opinion, so those will probably fail at this point. But okay, we got 3 below 50, so let's try to improve the opinion of those guys. At Middle of Merit, we could hand out. That guy's already got one. Did that have? That had 0 effect, because of course it did. No, maybe I'm not doing that because we're pretty much out of things to do to improve leader opinion. Oh, I guess applying that to him, he didn't appreciate being sort of implied to be corrupt. Okay. Commander, can we give you the Medal of Merit? No, you already got it. You have the Medal of Merit. No. Here we go. There you go. Let's check what is the state of negotiations with these guys. Yeah, they're still not in approval of that. But the other guy, can we get? Already got cooperation with them. Yeah, we can pass exchange with them. Let's pass exchange with them. No success in that roll.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got the opinion we want the workers here. On the major working cities, let's do a pay raise for the workers. This one also has access to the courtesan. What's the cost to get one? 100, that's not that bad. And then here, this is one of the major cities. We'll give it another 5 worker salary. Okay, so you're over 50, you're over 50. Based on how that worked, I think we'll just go around and do it to everyone. So they're over 50 already. Over 50, you could definitely get your workers to be happier. And not enough, but it's a start. These guys down here. Those workers aren't happy. I see why your workers are not happy. We'll fix that.
Yes, sir.
Plus 50 opinion for the workers. I wonder why. I just gave them an actual salary. On the other hand, they were surprisingly happy for people with no salary.
Order acknowledged.
Okay, so that should help a lot with the zone. Opinions. The regular citizens are just patients. Though the regular citizens in most places are above 50 at this point, so. Call to rebellion! Yeah, that's not gonna go well. Our current covert ops guy is not that good. He's new. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Round 167, we have 6 decisions. One of their second facilities is apparently going away, which that happens. We promised that we did the happiness of 94 and then declared a war that pissed everyone off. Pay no heed to the fact that we apparently can't keep a word on that. I'm probably going to dinged on the other happiness-related one as well. New director for the Model Design Council. It might be you. What do we actually have for leader cards? If we had a corporate scientist, we'd probably run that. We'll grab the trader just in case the trader is better. The trader is better. Cap 3. Already has inventor and technician. Probably has better int. Okay.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
We'll let them be. Or actually, no, we closed it down. Probably should have let them be, honestly. Would have given us more money. But I was thinking on... I was clicking based off of profiles. Thinking, oh, I probably want mind more than I want merit. Because we're going democracy heavy. Given the submit demands.
Yes. Copy that.
17th RPG, there we go. Got a lot of stuff building Iron Thos. Iron Thos is a little bit delayed. A little bit delay on the deep core gas extractor, but that's probably fine. We're seeing that the oil surplus is getting more and more of a surplus. Is good. I'm gonna fill that stockpile up. Beer cutting offices are delayed, but they should be done before that mission, so we should at least recover a little of the word score from that. We're still securely in first. If anything, it kind of looks like they're falling behind. They're probably, knowing the AI, they're probably slowly drafting their population. Though actually, no, our population has dropped. Maybe it's one of those where it's the third place is actually catching up. I haven't been tracking this super closely. I'm just glancing every once in a while to make sure that we're not falling too far behind. This will be resolved next turn. That's not going to jump that many points, so we're gonna screw that one up. We're gonna lose a little bit more of a word. So we're probably gonna go down to like 50-50 word. But we should complete the bureaucratic assets one. Orgs. Staff Council. Grenadier. I think this is about 800 cost once. It looks like it's going to be 7-ish more turns. We're going to want to save up a manpower supply for that anyway when that happens. We're going to want some security here, so let's slap in a barracks.
Order acknowledged.
And then we'll colonize these guys as workers. It'll fire the
Order
excess because
acknowledged.
we're dumping more workers than the place needs. But then they'll at least go join the population. Okay. Do I have anything I do to improve your opinion? Maybe. Governor, you are the least happy governor.
Copy that.
Standing by.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Okay. Use that card, get another one. Oh, we're having people emigrating out of the capital. Which, as long as the capital is staying level 5, is fine. Then we want this place to get a little bit more happy before we start engaging with the slave trader. So I suppose we could... we'll bring the slave trader up and look at the other options. We could try to go for extort the tax. Or getting rid of the slave trader. So we don't really want enforcement. It's enough of a gamble that we're not going to take the gamble on getting rid of him. This has a decent possibility of success. We'll actually try to go for an extort.
Yes.
60 versus difficulty 50. Brady went shut him down. Agreed to pay this money. Okay. Probably wasn't worth the effort. Oh, we can move these guys up while waiting into their, well, not necessarily ideal combat positions, but move forward. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna roll a couple turns and get to Grenadiers, and we do the upgraded Grenadiers. Once the Grenadiers are upgraded, that'll free up again more. No, we're not going to still raise some formations while we're waiting. I'm just going to be a little bit more careful. So we have 100% of the raise, so it should let us raise, even if I say don't. Oh, well, the wrong one anyway. RPG. Need to use SHQ. Why is it not? Ah, okay, I see. Gotta check the check marks. That works. Okay, that's what we want to do. In fact, actually, because those rocket launchers are 4 units already. In fact, we need 2 more. Yeah, come back here. Because the rocket launchers are 4 units already in the field, we're going to turn that one off. Why don't you make the 5,000 new rocket launchers, but use existing Grenadiers for the unit proper. Okay, and we can do that a couple times using existing infantry. That'll help us get the numbers we need to fill these places up. Once... Oh, how many reserve officers do I have before I get too far ahead on making brigades? Personnel... We got 2 guys with no jobs, so we want to raise 2 units. We could probably raise a 3rd one and raise a guy to go with it. And then Be able to grab a military. Could grab a merc. Merc, I think, comes with higher initial skills than a mercenary will, or a military will. So military is cheaper, as you saw. I think they have a little bit higher chance to be higher camp. Yeah, so I think this is the new one. Camp 3, not bad. And yeah, he's a commander, right? So Operation Command 42, some improv, infantry tactics stuff. He'll be fine. We'll raise one more formation of RPG. Don't use any of that one. There we go. And then SHQ here is down. We're probably at the point where we could raise another brigade as well from the reserves. From the return to troops, from the units. But we'll get those guys out into positions first. Think that should be enough. Squish these guys, say, up. Want like one in that gap, one below that. Well, actually, we're reasonably friendly with these guys, so we could probably ignore their border. Yeah, at least 2. We'll say like 2 here. 1, 2, maybe 3 over there. So yeah, probably going to a couple more brigades, but we'll look at these guys deployed so we see where we are and see how many more we need. We're also trying to wait for petrol to stockpile up so that when we go on the offensive, our poor trucks over here don't promptly run out of petrol 5 seconds off the starting line. It would be very sad. Okay, well, let's cycle the turn. They don't. We're definitely shifted or something because it's moving things that are obviously not. No enemies moving there. Camera was definitely shifted a little bit there. Round 168. We'll pick up that in the next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, that we'll start up on round 168 on the next part. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you've been enjoying. We're going to continue recording after a short break. I think we're going to make a cup of tea. So I'll be right back after making a cup of tea. We're having a lot of interesting stuff happening because I decided to take like less than a fractional percentage of territory. Things I think are starting to calm down, and we're starting to catch up with some of the other goals we had for getting this war started. So we'll see if we can get the war started before we end the stream. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.